It's normally said that form is thrown out the window when the two Soweto giants, Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, go to battle. So to look at some of the key strength areas and maybe where the team will be vulnerable, we've roped in two players who know just a thing or two about playing in these sort of games. Joining us virtually, we do have former Orlando Pirates captain Happy Jele, joined us not so long ago on the show. And then we also have former Kaizer Chiefs midfielder Reneilwe, Yeye, Letsholonyane. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Yeye, I'm going to start with you. And perhaps because I feel like everyone has said, you know, the run of form that the Amakhosi have been experiencing is just inconsistent. So perhaps there's a little bit more pressure on them if we look at the last time they met and some of the star and key players they're able to produce, in, for example, in Jabulo Blom. You know, what are your thoughts perhaps in terms of what they will be doing in the midfield, despite the fact that they've conceded 31 goals and their defense is actually the area that we probably should be discussing next?
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. Good morning to the viewers, and thanks for me today. Definitely, it will be a high-pressure game for Chiefs. One, based on the results they got from the previous games. Two, that they need to win the game to cement their spot in the top 8. And yes, it is today, not any other day, that those players that you mentioned, like your Yeye, the Blom must now show up today and then tighten up in the midfield and show up today so that Kaizer Chiefs can get the results that they want.
Yeah, I like that you called me ma'am. I don't know why. I was just taken aback. So formal. Yeah. Happy, I'm going to come to you. We chatted about this, I think, just a few weeks ago. And Pirates were actually just looking so strong. And then these two back-to-back losses perhaps have tipped them over. Do you think this is what Rivera is going to be discussing with them, that they need to get their heads back in the game? And what are your thoughts there regarding their dip in form and perhaps loss on the defense side as well?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a very difficult one for Orlando Pirates at this point in time. They've just lost 2 games in a row. And for me, I think already the players, they were focusing more in the CAF Champions League.
Yeah.
So now when they play against the Kukune, they didn't recover very well mentally. So this is their time to switch on and forget about the CAF Championship and also focusing on the Better Premiership. So it's very important for them. I remember when we used to play in 2013, there was a time where we lost the final in the CAF, and after we came back, we dropped a little bit. So I'm hoping that the guys from Orlando Pirates, it's not going to be the same thing that happened before. But I'm wishing them to start by this game that coming today, to switch on and focus, because they've got a chance to continue to win the race in the Betway Premiership.
Yeah, I mean, some people have been saying that perhaps for Chiefs, their focus should be on the Nedbank Cup final and getting a win there. Because that would be, you know, better for the team's morale. It would be better for Nabi. They're just out of the top 8, and so that's also something that they're balancing. You know, Wandile Duba is not there as well. And Happy just mentioned something that I think is vital, is what's going through the players' minds at this point in time. Because can you even strategize something like that? Can you say to yourselves, let's play KG now and then look at the Nedbank Cup final? I think that's almost impossible. You want to win today, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, both games are very important for Kaizer Chiefs. And like I mentioned about 2 weeks ago, that unfortunately, you as a coach or as a team, you need to choose which one is more important than the other, because it's very difficult to play 2 games back to back with the same team for any team, not only because of a derby.
Yeah.
And for Chiefs, both games, yes, are important, but I feel that a coach must decide that which one is more important.
What do you think is more important?
That will also.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Personally, I can see but I have an answer for that, and because that's my personal view. I would really go for the cup, because one when you have a trophy for a team like Kaizer Chiefs, you make the supporters happy, you buy yourself time to rebuild, or rather teach whatever that you want your players to be taught in a very relaxed environment, because your supporters, your team knows that they have one trophy that and that will also buy time for them for this season to prepare for the next season. But
Jele,
unfortunately, that there's also
Happy. I think, Yeye mentioned something that's also important that we need to discuss here, is that loss to Sekhukhune perhaps highlighted some problems in defense. And I'm not sure if you can hear me properly, because we see on the screen that your signal may be a little bit shaky. But SABC is out. And, I think that's an important factor that we need to discuss in terms of potential lineups here. What are you thinking they're going to implement in that backline structure and in the defensive structure?
Yeah, we just lost a good defender that was performing from the beginning of the season until now. But, at Pirate, every player is there to play, to raise their hand. We started Ngonda and Sesan, and both of them, they went out because of injuries.
Yeah.
Then Nkoki came in, SABC came in, and also Mbogazi, the TLP, came in. And they raise their hand and say, yeah, I'm here. So there's always going to be a player that replaces another player, because Pirates is a big team and there's a lot of players that are training with the team and waiting for their chance.
Yeah.
I believe that in this game, they will put someone that is very experienced, the likes of Koki, is going to be there to guide Mbogazi, because Mbogazi it's his first debut.
Yes.
Obviously, he needs someone that is going to guide him throughout the whole game, And I think the defense, yes, we lost SABC, but there's always going to be someone's going to raise his hand and perform for the team.
Well, I have something in common with him. It's also my first derby. I'm looking forward to it. I have to let you guys go. There were many, many more questions I wanted to ask you. But quick prediction quickly before I let you go. Happy, we'll start with you.
It's going to be repeated again, 1-0 for Orlando Pirates.
Okay. And for you, Yeye, what do you think it's going to be? Score prediction.
2-1 Chiefs.
2-1. This 2-1 number keeps on coming up. So I think there might be something in the football heavens about it. Thank you guys for chatting to me. We look forward to seeing whether either one of your predictions are right or correct. That's it. We've been chatting to former Orlando Pirates captain Happy Jele, as well as former Kaizer Chiefs midfielder Reneilwe Yeye Letsholonyane. Just chatting about strategy going into today's Soweto Derby. Both of them have given predictions there. And as I mentioned, it seems like the 2-1 for Chiefs is coming out as the strongest score prediction. Continue to let us know on X what you think. It's back to Liesel at the news desk.